Well, I just came out of the theaters of Kraven the Hunter, the latest and final of the Sony cinematic no Spider-Man movies. So I'm just gonna get the elephant out of the room here. So looks like apparently found out a few days ago, a week ago or so, Sony has officially scrapped their whole Sony Cinematic Universe idea. I think they finally got the message that no one likes their movies like at all, and I think they've just been like losing money on them. So that I guess they're done. They're finally waking up and realizing that nobody likes their movies at all. And I could really tell that they weren't feeling it for Kraven the Hunter. It's honestly sad to me because you had the director coming out telling people, please, like begging hands and knees, like please give this movie a chance. And then you had Sony releasing the first 8 whole minutes of the movie a week before release. Like, if that doesn't smell desperation, then dude, I don't know what to say. Like, this is just sad, man. And it's not to say I didn't have fun with these Sony, Spider-Man movies. Like, they're not good, but I had like a laugh along the way. I would say this is a sad way to go out, but being the fact that we had 3 consistent, like, garbage films, I guess is par for the course, I guess. Because in this Kraven the Hunter, I guess I had to explain the plot because I don't think anyone's watching this in theaters. I don't think this movie's gonna make a profit. No one's watching this. Basically, you have the origin story of Kraven the Hunter in this movie. The first half is him as a kid setting up who he becomes, and the second part is him going off and killing bad people. And I think that this is my major problem with this movie. Wait, not even this movie, but all the Sony Spider-Man movies in general, is the fact that all of these movies are based off of Spider-Man villains. Now, it's already a problem, the fact that you don't have Spider-Man in your movie that includes a villain who is known for fighting Spider-Man, but it makes it even worse, the fact that these quote-unquote villains in their movies aren't even villains. Because in this movie, the people like that talk to Kraven go like, "Oh, you're worse than your like horrible dad, father, and all that stuff." And I'm like, I'm sorry, but like that is not the case at all. Because in this movie, Kraven the Hunter, who is known for being this notorious Spider-Man villain, is like literally just a good guy. Like, in these movies, they want to paint these people out as anti-heroes, but there's something called show don't tell, because in this movie he literally, I'm not joking in this, he has a list of bad people to kill. He's not going off morally gray style. He is killing poachers, criminals, thieves, thugs. Like, it's not even a joke. Like, there's no moral ambiguity here. He's just a good person. And I think that's my major problem, is that, like, the fact that, I'm gonna be real here, Kraven the Hunter isn't my favorite Spider-Man villain. When I think Spider-Man villains, he's not the first one to come up. He is in my top 10, but I'm sorry, but you can't turn this Spider-Man villain into just some good guy. Now, being in mind you, like, this movie is bad, but I had some enjoyment from it. Not a lot, but I had somewhat enough. The fact that this movie was at least better than Madam Web, the coma I woke up from that movie. Because where Madam Web, you had like nothing happen, like, and I mean like nothing happen, and Morbius was just like a joke. At least for Kraven the Hunter, I at least get action. Because what I wanted from the Venom films was it to be rated R, but Sony was they were such cowards about it. So being the fact that this is like their last one, I think they just gave up and was like, you know what, screw it, nerf or nothing, baby. And you know what, I gotta admit, I kind of like the action in this. Now, being in mind you, it's not amazing. I like the CGI like kind of ruins it a little bit, but for the most part it's actually somewhat okay. Like, I kind of like the fact that like they just completely just changed Kraven's powers. It's the fact that he doesn't even have powers. Like, his whole, like, Kraven's whole shtick in the comics and every single piece of media outside of this movie is the fact that he's a skilled hunter. But in this one, we have, it's just so bad. And this even delves into the problem with the movie, is the fact that they have so many Spider-Man characters, and it's not like Venom to where you have like, oh, these like glump shitto like symbiote characters. No, like, you have Rhino, Chameleon, Calypso, Foreigner. I don't even know who else. But it's just the fact that, like, you have all these people. So, like, in the movie, Kraven, how he got his powers was he was on a hunting trip with his horrible, so really bad dad. And you could just tell that Russell Crowe, he really doesn't want to be in this movie, man. Like, he is just phoning it in. I don't blame him. It's Kraven the Hunter. And during the trip, you know, like, Kraven, he sees a lion or whatever, and they lock eyes like they're star-crossed lovers. And then the lion, obviously, like, no shit, attacks him. And with that, Calypso, who's like, I don't even know who she is. I know she's a Spider-Man character. I don't know what she does. But she gives Kraven, like, this magical, like, healing thing. And mixed with the blood of a lion, he has, like, these ultra cool hunting abilities. And he goes off just killing really bad guys. Because remember, he's an anti-hero because he kills criminals just because... Oh, dude, this movie's a joke, man. And then we have the Rhino, which I'm not gonna lie, it is, oh, dude, it's just so bad to talk about this. So, I'm not the biggest Rhino fan. I think he's like whatever. Honestly, I might be the only man on this ship here, but I honestly think he was really fun in Amazing Spider-Man 2 as, like, the mech. But in this movie, Rhino, like, I think he's, like, kind of, like, the only thing that was keeping me, like, interested in this film. Because it's like his performance is like so goofy. I can't tell if it's like intentionally bad or it's like just I don't even know. And the Rhino, who is just so bad. And this is the other point I wanted to mention with all the characters they have is with the Foreigner is like I don't even know who he is in the comics. I don't care. And he's kind of cool, I guess. I mean, like he has this thing where he goes like 1, 2, 3, and then he like teleports technically and like kills people, but it's just like it's interesting, don't get me wrong, but I feel like it's not used to the full extent because like whenever he does it, he's just fighting off just like regular like oblivious people to where like he could have got the job done just by like not doing his like super cool ability. And then how he's killed off, which I don't want to spoil even though I know you don't care, is like very like anticlimactic, I guess. And then we have the Chameleon, who is Kraven's brother. I knew that going in because I played the Marvel Spider-Man 2. And just thinking about Marvel Spider-Man 2 just makes me think how much better and how I could be thinking of a better piece of media that portrays Kraven in a better light. Yeah, no, that's really about it. This really was a sad end to the Sony movie. No, sorry, not even sad. It is predictable because these movies suck. I had fun with them while they lasted. But yeah, no, that's really about it. This movie is like a 4 out of 10. I know people are saying it's like the worst movie of the year. They're giving it like 1 stars. But like I had some enjoyment, I guess. Yeah, that's really about it. If you like this video, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And yeah, no, that's really about it. It's Kraven time. It's time to more.